Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're diving headfirst into a topic that feels like it went from pretty obscure to totally essential almost overnight. Generative AI.
Mhm.
You've heard the buzzwords, ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Microsoft Copilot. For many, this rapid emergence can feel a little overwhelming, maybe even intimidating.
It really can. It's moving so fast.
Right. So our mission in this deep dive is really to give you a shortcut to being well-informed. We want to demystify the core concepts, peel back the curtain on the tech, and most importantly, give you a clear path to becoming a confident, informed user.
Because they really are powerful tools.
Exactly. They're not just fancy search engines. They're more like active partners in your creative and, well, analytical process. So let's unpack this. Let's kick things off with the absolute basics. What exactly is generative AI? You hear Gen AI thrown around a lot these days.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Its defining characteristic, the thing that really sets it apart, is its ability to create entirely new and original content.
That's the key word, new.
We're talking conversations, stories, images, videos, music, even, lines of software code. This is a huge leap from the older, more analytical AI we've kind of been using for years without maybe even realizing it.
Right, like recommendation engines,
Yeah.
spam filters.
Exactly. Those tools just classify or predict based on existing information. Generative AI. It actually synthesizes something new, something from scratch.
That's precisely it. It's this paradigm shift, really, from analysis to synthesis. Think about like a human artist learning their craft.
Okay.
They might spend years studying thousands of masterworks, not to copy them, but to internalize the principles, the techniques, the sort of underlying grammar of art.
Exactly.
And after all that learning, they create something truly unique, something that's informed by everything they've absorbed, but is still distinctly their own creation.
Yeah.
Generative AI operates on a kind of similar principle. It learns patterns, structures, relationships from these immense volumes of data, be it language, artistic style, scientific principles, you name it. It internalizes those patterns, and then it can generate novel creations. Like it learns English grammar and vocabulary, for instance, and then it can compose a poem you've never seen before.
That analogy of the artist is actually really helpful, but it also makes me wonder how fundamentally different is an AI's learning from our own human experience? What should we keep in mind when we're comparing them?
That's a really excellent question, because while the outcomes can sometimes look similar, the processes underneath are profoundly different.
Right.
For one, our learning styles are just worlds apart. Humans learn through this rich tapestry of experience, conversation, abstract thought, emotion.
Yeah, living life, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
AI, particularly generative AI, learns by processing these vast data sets and identifying statistical patterns within that data. It's brilliant at pattern recognition, but it's not personal experience.
So on the processing side, I imagine an AI is incredibly fast, right? But what about like nuanced thinking?
Exactly. AI can perform tasks it's trained on at incredible speeds, stuff that might take us hours, and AI can do in a flash. But human thought truly excels at complex, adaptive reasoning, deep creativity, and navigating situations that are entirely ambiguous or novel.
Things it hasn't seen before.
Right. And AI might generate a stunning image, but it won't understand the emotional resonance of that image like a human would. And crucially, it lacks emotions, consciousness, or subjective experiences. It's all algorithms and learned patterns.
Whereas our decisions, our reactions, are so deeply shaped by feelings.
Precisely.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's not really thinking in the human sense. And that also means it's not as flexible.
That's right. Humans are remarkably adaptable. We can devise solutions for completely new scenarios, come up with truly groundbreaking ideas that aren't just, recombinations of what already exists. AI, while incredibly powerful within the confines of its training data, can be quite rigid when faced with situations far outside what it learned.
Okay.
And while it's getting better at understanding language, it can still miss those subtle nuances, the cultural context, the unspoken meaning between the lines that humans just get.
Right. The subtext.
Exactly. It's a sophisticated tool, definitely, but it's not a sentient mind.
So for anyone diving into this, it's really important to understand that the AI tools we're talking about today, the ones you can actually use, fall under something called artificial narrow intelligence, or ANI.
ANI.
These are systems designed for very specific tasks, whether that's filtering spam, driving a car, or, like we're discussing, generating text.
And that raises a really important distinction. ANI is quite different from artificial general intelligence, or AGI.
Right, the science fiction AI sometimes.
Kind of. HEI is this theoretical concept of an AI possessing human-level intelligence across a really wide range of tasks,
Yeah.
capable of understanding and applying knowledge just as broadly as a human can.
But it's theoretical.
That's the key takeaway for you, the listener. AGI doesn't currently exist.
Yeah.
Understanding this is absolutely crucial for responsible use. These are sophisticated, task-specific instruments, not sentient or all-knowing entities.
Good point.
They are, at their core, incredibly advanced pattern recognition machines.
Okay, that really sets the stage. So once you understand what generative AI is, the next natural question is, how does it actually do it? Right.
Yeah, the mechanics.
Because these tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, they're all powered by what are called large language models, LLMs.
Yes.
And the large part isn't just marketing hype. It refers to two massive things. First, the sheer size of the training data.
It's astronomical.
LLMs are pre-trained on internet-scale data sets. We're talking billions of web pages, books, other text sources. For instance, a common source called the Common Crawl dataset pulls from over 50 billion web pages.
50 billion, just imagine. And second, large refers to the number of parameters.
Parameters. Okay, what are those exactly?
A parameter is essentially a piece of the model's learned knowledge, like a variable or a value that gets adjusted during the training process.
Ah, okay.
Think of it like,
Yeah.
well, maybe like 175 billion tiny, intricately tuned dials, each one adjusted just right during training, creating this unbelievably complex machine for understanding and generating language.
Wow. 175 billion for something like GPT-3.
Exactly. OpenAI's GPT-3 model has 175 billion of these parameters. It's what allows it to learn and apply these highly complex concepts and relationships within language.
So how does this incredibly complex machine actually work at its core? What was the breakthrough that made all this possible?
Well, at a high level, LLMs use artificial neural networks, which are computing systems inspired by the interconnected neurons in our own brains.
Right, the brain analogy.
But the real breakthrough, the thing that dramatically improved performance and really enabled today's LLMs, was the transformer model.
The transformer model,
Right.
that was Google, right? 2017?
That's the one. Introduced by Google back in 2017. What's revolutionary about the transformer is its self-attention mechanism.
Self-attention. Okay, what does that let it do?
It allows the model to weigh the importance of different tokens. Think of tokens as individual words or even parts of words in an input text. And crucially, it lets the model understand their relationships to one another, no matter how far apart they are in a sentence or paragraph.
So it gets context better.
Precisely. It's this ability to grasp context and connections across long stretches of text that allows LLMs to generate text that's not just grammatically correct, but coherent, relevant, and incredibly nuanced. It's what makes the output feel remarkably human-like.
So when I type a prompt.
Right. When you give it a prompt, it breaks that text into these tokens, analyzes them using that attention mechanism, calculates the probability of what the next most logical token should be, selects it, adds it to the sequence, and then repeats the process, building its response one piece at a time.
That's truly fascinating. It's almost like it's predicting the most likely next word in an incredibly sophisticated game of, I don't know, autocomplete.
Kind of. A very, very sophisticated autocomplete. And LLM development generally involves two main stages, right?
Yeah, pre-training and fine-tuning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The first is pre-training. This is an unsupervised learning phase where the model is just fed that massive general data set we talked about.
Learning the basics of language.
Right. It learns the fundamental patterns of language, grammar, semantics, and a huge amount of factual knowledge, all without explicit human labeling, just learning from the text itself.
And then comes fine-tuning.
Exactly. After that initial broad pre-training, the general model is then further trained, but this time on a smaller, more specific, and often human-curated data set.
So more supervised.
Yes, this is supervised learning. This process optimizes the model for particular tasks, like engaging in natural conversation or writing code or summarizing documents effectively.
And that's what gives them their different personalities or skills.
Precisely. This fine-tuning is exactly what gives different LLMs their distinct personalities and specialized abilities. And it explains their rapid adoption across so many fields. You can take one incredibly powerful foundation model and fine-tune it for a vast array of different tasks.
Okay, so shifting gears a bit, what does this all mean for you, the listener, moving from the theory to the practical value? The true power here, I think, lies in how these tools can really augment human capabilities.
Absolutely. Augment, not replace. That's key.
It's about enhancing what you do, freeing up your time and, frankly, your brain power for more strategic, creative, high-level thinking. Let's look at personal productivity and organization first.
Yeah, the daily grind stuff.
Right. These tools can act as powerful personal assistants. They can help with task automation, drafting standard emails, managing schedules, generating common responses you always type out.
And in this age of just information overload, these tools truly excel at information management.
Definitely.
Imagine instantly summarizing those long documents or dense articles or even those hour-long meeting transcripts into concise key points.
That would be amazing.
It allows you to quickly grasp essential information and just free up that manual effort that used to take ages. It's like having a dedicated research assistant on demand, ready instantly.
And for planning and brainstorming, generative AI can be an excellent partner there too. Think about creating detailed travel itineraries, or generating meal plans based on what's actually in your pantry, developing project outlines, or just serving as a tireless brainstorming partner for pretty much any topic you can imagine.
Yeah, bouncing ideas off it.
Ever had writer's block? This is kind of like your digital muse.
It really can be.
Beyond that, these tools are amazing as your 204/7 learning and research assistant. For knowledge discovery, they can function as interactive tutors, capable of answering complex questions and breaking down difficult concepts into simple, easy-to-understand explanations.
Which provides a truly personalized learning experience, tailored just for you.
Yeah.
This really highlights the democratization of knowledge and the immense potential for self-directed learning. It's huge.
And for academic support.
Well, AI assistants can help students with research topics, gathering background info, organizing notes, even ensuring proper citation formats. And for educators, they can help create engaging course content or develop lesson plans.
Freeing up time for the human connection in teaching.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for skill acquisition, whether it's generating and explaining code in a new programming language, clarifying a complex legal text, or simulating conversations for language practice, the potential is just vast.
And then there's unleashing your creativity. We touched on the muse idea, but generative AI is a powerful creative collaborator.
Collaborator is a good word.
For content creation, it can generate a huge range of written material, blog posts, social media updates, marketing copy, poems, song lyrics, even entire scripts. It can dramatically accelerate that process.
And many creative professionals are finding these tools act as a powerful second pair of eyes or a constant brainstorming partner.
Right.
And AI can help overcome writer's block, suggest new plot directions, maybe offer alternative phrasing. The human is still the director, right? Using the AI to explore possibilities and enhance their own creative vision.
So it's opening up new avenues for artistic expression.
Absolutely. Even for those without traditional skills in areas like multimedia generation, where these tools can create original images, short video clips, or musical compositions just from text descriptions.
And looking at the professional world, industry transformation. Generative AI is already being deployed across the board.
It really is. Optimizing operations, enhancing customer experiences.
In business, companies are using AI to analyze complex scenarios for, say, cost reduction, or to generate reports and financial projections in minutes instead of days.
And customer service AI-powered chatbots are revolutionizing support, providing instant, accurate 247 responses, which frees up human agents for the more complex, empathetic interactions.
Makes sense. What about software development?
Oh, it's a true game changer there. Generating code snippets, translating code between languages, helping debug errors, even writing documentation.
Wow.
It significantly accelerates the software development lifecycle and really boosts developer productivity.
And in more specialized fields.
We're seeing it accelerate drug discovery in healthcare, helping engineers design more efficient parts in manufacturing, detecting fraudulent transactions in finance with remarkable speed.
So it really comes back to that theme.
It does. AI augments human abilities, allowing us to focus on those uniquely human skills: strategic thinking, empathy, complex problem solving.
All right, let's talk about the titans. The big names in generative AI that you, the listener, are most likely to encounter. ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and Microsoft Copilot.
The big three, for now anyway.
It's actually quite telling how their very names kind of give away their core philosophy, don't you think?
Yeah, I noticed that too.
ChatGPT sounds pretty technical, right? Like a standalone tool, but Copilot and Gemini, they're metaphorical, implying partnership, integration.
It signals a fundamental difference in strategy, how they're designed to fit into your digital life.
Okay, so first up, ChatGPT. from OpenAI. Released to the public, wow, November 30th, 2022. Seemed like yesterday and forever ago.
Doesn't it? Time flies in AI.
It's a conversational AI chatbot built on OpenAI's powerful GPT models, and it's widely credited with truly bringing generative AI into the mainstream consciousness.
It really opened the floodgates.
Its core strength, I'd say, lies in its exceptional ability to understand and generate nuanced, human-like text. If you need open-ended conversation, creative writing, complex summarization, translation, ChatGPT truly shines there.
Yeah, it's very versatile.
It's designed to be platform agnostic, kind of a versatile tool you can bring to almost any task.
And what's truly powerful about ChatGPT is how quickly it evolved into a multimodal tool.
Right, it's not just text anymore.
Not at all. You can interact via real-time voice on the mobile app. You can upload images for analysis, ask it to describe what's in a photo, for example.
Or generate new images.
Exactly. Generate entirely new original images through its integration with DL3. And for paid users, there's early access to cutting-edge stuff like Sora, their text-to-video model.
Plus built-in tools like web browsing, data analysis.
Right, analyzing spreadsheets, PDFs, creating charts. There's even a canvas for collaborative writing. And you can customize its behavior with custom instructions, or create specialized custom GPTs if you have Plus.
Like creating your own mini AIs for specific tasks.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, then we have Google Gemini. Initially launched as Bard back in March 2023, then rebranded to Gemini.
Right. Gemini is both a chatbot and the underlying family of AI models from Google DeepMind and Research.
And its defining characteristic.
It was built from the ground up to be multimodal. It's designed to seamlessly understand and operate on text, code, images, audio, video, all natively.
Natively multimodal. Okay.
Its other major strength is its deep integration with Google's core products, especially Google Search for real-time info, and the Google Workspace apps like Gmail, Docs, Sheets.
So that native multimodality means it's not just bolting features on.
Exactly. It understands different data types inherently. So you can create images with Imagen4, short videos with the VO models. Gemini Live lets you do real-time voice and camera interaction on your phone. The AI can see and discuss your physical environment.
Wow, and the workspace integration.
It's huge. Connects directly to your Gmail, Docs, Sheets, Maps, YouTube. So it can summarize emails, create calendar events from photos, analyze a spreadsheet right there within your Google stuff.
That sounds incredibly useful if you're in that ecosystem.
Definitely. It also has a deep research feature to sift through hundreds of websites, and the advanced models have a massive context window up to 1 million tokens.
1 million tokens. What does that mean in practice?
It's like the AI being able to read and remember an entire multi-volume novel or a huge coding project all at once while it processes your request. It allows for really deep analysis of large documents.
And like ChatGPT, it has customization gems.
Yes, gems are its version of personalized AI experts you can tailor.
Okay, and finally, let's talk Microsoft Copilot. Launched Feb 2023, evolved from Bing Chat.
Right. It's an AI assistant powered by OpenAI's GPT models, but, and this is crucial, enhanced with Microsoft's own tech and Bing search data.
And its strength.
Unparalleled deep integration into the Microsoft ecosystem. M365, Windows. It's designed primarily as a productivity assistant for workplace workflows.
So it lives inside the apps.
Exactly. That's the key. Imagine it functioning within Word to help you draft or rewrite, within Excel to analyze data or suggest formulas, within PowerPoint to create presentations from an outline, within Teams to give you meeting summaries or action items, within Outlook to summarize emails and draft replies.
That sounds incredibly powerful for work.
It is, and for business users, its most powerful feature is the connection to Microsoft Graph.
Microsoft Graph, what's that?
It allows Copilot to securely access and reason over your organization's internal data, emails, chats, documents, while respecting all the user permissions.
So it can use my company's data securely.
Yes, securely. Imagine drafting an email not just with generic AI, but with an AI that has securely read and understood your last 5 team meetings and relevant client documents related to that email.
Wow. That's connecting dots humans just couldn't, really.
Precisely. That's the real power of its integration. And Microsoft also offers specialized versions like GitHub Copilot for developers and Security Copilot for cybersecurity.
It's really fascinating how these tools approach multimodality with such different strategies.
Isn't it? Gemini was conceived as multimodal from day one, making it native,
while ChatGPT added best-in-class features like Deli and Sora iteratively.
Right, and Copilot's multimodality, while there, seems more focused on productivity tasks, right now analyzing an image in PowerPoint, understanding a chart in Excel.
So this strategic divergence really offers users a clear choice based on their main needs and where they spend their digital time. So that leads to the big question. How do you choose the right AI assistant for your needs? It often seems to boil down to that flexibility of a standalone tool versus the efficiency of a deeply integrated one.
That's a great way to frame it.
When we look at the core tech, ChatGPT uses OpenAI's GPT-4 series, known for language. Gemini uses its own Gemini models built for multimodality. Copilot uses GPT-4 but enhances it with Microsoft Tech, Bing, and that crucial Microsoft Graph connection for work data.
And performance-wise, they each have strengths. ChatGPT maybe excels in creative, nuanced language tasks writing, open-ended conversations. Gemini shines in multimodal reasoning and has shown leading performance on coding benchmarks. So great for developers or tasks involving multiple data types.
And Copilot.
Copilot's performance is optimized for productivity within that business context. Its ability to reason over your specific work data is its key differentiator. It saves hours in the workday.
And all three access the web for current info, though maybe slightly differently.
Right. Gemini is grounded in Google search. Copilot uses Bing. ChatGPT has its own web browsing feature. They all get you up-to-date info.
But maybe the most significant factor in choosing is that user experience and ecosystem integration.
I think so, too. That's often the deciding factor.
It's that central divide. Platform agnostic versus deeply integrated. ChatGPT is like the versatile, standalone Swiss Army knife of AI. Powerful, adaptable, but you usually bring your work to the tool.
Right. Whereas Copilot and Gemini are designed as these deeply embedded assistants, like specialized power tools for a specific workshop.
Copilot living inside Microsoft 365 and Windows.
And Gemini woven into Google Workspace, Chrome, Android.
This has a direct impact on your workflow, right?
Huge impact. If you spend your day in Word, Excel, Teams Copilot's in-app presence is incredibly efficient. A true Copilot.
But if you live in Gmail and Google Docs,
then Gemini offers that seamless native experience. And if you work across various platforms or just prefer one powerful interface for everything,
then ChatGPT might be your go-to. Okay, so let's try some recommendations based on use cases. If you're maybe a creative writer, a student, or just a generalist looking for a versatile assistant for personal tasks,
I'd probably lean towards ChatGPT first. Its strength in open-ended conversation, the creative stuff, and its powerful free tier make it an excellent all-around choice. Brainstorming essays, drafting emails, learning new things, it's very capable.
Okay. Now, what if you're a Microsoft Office power user or you work in a corporate environment where M365 is standard?
Then Microsoft Copilot is almost certainly the winner. Its ability to access and work with your internal company data securely and automate tasks directly within Word, Excel, Teams.
That seamless productivity is hard to beat. It understands your work context.
Makes sense. And for the Google Workspace user, or maybe a multimedia creator heavily invested in the Google ecosystem,
then Google Gemini offers the most seamless experience. If you live in Gmail, Docs, Drive, and your work involves a mix of text, images, maybe other media, Gemini's native multimodal capabilities make it an ideal integrated partner.
Got it. Finally, what about software developers? Well, all three offer pretty robust coding assistants now. You could start with ChatGPT or Gemini for general help. But for serious development work,
specialized tools might be better.
Often, yes. GitHub Copilot, which is powered by Microsoft and OpenAI, is incredibly popular. Or the advanced coding capabilities you get with Google's top-tier Gemini models are also very strong contenders.
Okay, so you've picked a tool maybe. Now, the single most important factor in getting good results you mentioned earlier is prompt engineering.
Yes. The art of writing effective instructions. It's like talking to a very smart, very literal intern. You have to be clear.
I like that analogy.
Because the quality of the AI's output is directly proportional to the quality of your input.
Sure.
There are some core principles here.
Okay, what are they?
First, be specific and clear. Vague prompts get generic answers. Don't just say an apple pie recipe.
Yeah, instead.
Try, give me a recipe for a classic American apple pie that uses Granny Smith apples, can be prepared in under 30 minutes, and does not require a food processor. See the difference? All that detail matters.
Absolutely. Okay, what's next?
Provide context and persona. Give the AI a role to play. It dramatically improves relevance. Instead of just, give me a workout plan, try. Act as an expert personal trainer. I am a 40-year-old male with a sedentary job looking to start a beginner's weightlifting program. Create a 3-day-per-week workout plan focused on compound movements.
Ah, you give it guardrails and a perspective.
Exactly. Then define the format and tone. Tell the AI how you want the output presented.
Bullet points, table, formal email.
Right. Formal, humorous, maybe for a fifth-grade audience. Specifying this structures the response precisely how you need it.
And crucially, use iteration and conversation.
Yes. Think of it as a dialogue, not a one-shot command. The first response might not be perfect.
So you refined it.
Exactly. Use follow-up prompts. That's a good start, but make the tone more formal, or add a section about budget considerations. This back and forth is how you really sculpt the output.
Okay, and one more.
Finally, a really powerful technique is to provide examples. This is sometimes called few-shot learning. Show, don't just tell.
Pretty much. If you want summaries in a specific style, show it an example article and your ideal summary first. Then give it the new article. It helps the AI understand the exact style or format you're aiming for.
That makes a lot of sense. So you're ready to jump in. How do you actually get started? Let's do quick walkthrough tips focusing on the main interface bits for ChatGPT.
Okay, ChatGPT. Just go to chat.openai.com, create an account. The interface is pretty intuitive. Main input field at the bottom, left panel saves your conversations.
And settings for things like custom instructions.
Yeah, in the settings. For advanced features, look for the paperclip icon to upload files. Or just describe an image you want it to create, like create an image of a cat riding a bicycle on the moon.
And the voice mode.
On mobile, there's a headphone icon for voice mode. It's surprisingly good for quick questions when you're out and about.
Okay, Google Gemini.
Head to gemini.google.com, sign in with your Google account. Also a clean chat-based screen. You type prompts, upload files, use voice input.
Can you choose the model? Yes, that's a key feature. Choosing the Gemini model, standard or advanced. You can connect it to your workspace apps using prompts like, at Gmail, find the email about the Q3 report and summarize it.
Oh, neat. And other features.
There's the deep research function for complex topics, and on mobile, Gemini Live, for interacting with your surroundings via voice and camera. Plus, you can type add at Gemini right into the Chrome address bar.
Handy. Okay, Microsoft Copilot.
You can access the free consumer version at copilot.microsoft.com or via the Copilot icon in the Windows taskbar or Edge browser. That's pretty powerful already.
But the real power for work is the M365 integration.
That's right. For that, Copilot appears inside your M365 apps. Look for the Copilot button on the ribbon in Word to draft or summarize. In Excel, there's often a side panel where you can ask it to analyze data. In Teams, during meetings, you can ask it to summarize.
So it's right there where you're working.
Exactly. And Microsoft provides excellent short video tutorials. They're really good starting points, showing exactly where to click in your everyday apps.
Good tip. Now, it's important to remember, while these text-based chatbots, ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot have grabbed most of the headlines, they're just one facet of this wider generative AI landscape.
That's a really important point. The same underlying principle is being applied across a whole range of creative and analytical areas. Different modalities, as they say.
Right. Take AI art generators, for example. Transforming text into images.
Yeah, some amazing tools there.
Key players include Midjourney, known for its really artistic, coherent images, often a favorite for professional artists. Then there's Stable Diffusion, that's the open source one, highly customizable if you like to tinker.
And Adobe Firefly.
Right, Adobe Firefly, deeply integrated into Creative Cloud. And importantly, trained on licensed content, which makes it potentially safer for commercial use.
That's a big plus for businesses. And of course, the integrated ones we mentioned. ChatGPT using DALL-E 3 and Google Gemini using Imagen 4 right within the chat.
It's incredible how they create photorealistic or stylized images just from text prompts. It's really changing visual creation.
Democratizing it in a way.
And generative AI is also transforming music creation. AI music creation tools.
Yeah, tools like Suno and Udio are fascinating. You give them lyrics, a style description, and the AI generates a whole song, vocals, instruments, everything.
Wow. And for background music.
Tools like SoundDraw and Moobert are more focused there, creating royalty-free background music, soundscapes. You select mood, genre, tempo. Really useful for video creators, podcasters.
And specialized tools.
There are even tools like lalal.ai that use AI to deconstruct a finished song into its parts, separating vocals from instruments.
Sem splitting. Useful for DJs, producers.
Invaluable for them, or even just making karaoke tracks. It's transforming music creation for both amateurs and pros, offering incredible control.
Okay, finally, making sense of numbers. AI data analysis tools.
Yeah, this is becoming huge too.
Established leaders like Microsoft Power BI and Tableau are integrating generative AI now. You can ask questions of your data in plain English, like, what were our top products last quarter?
And the AI generates charts and insights, no complex formulas needed.
There's also Domo, an end-to-end platform with intelligent chat, and Julius AI.
Julius AI positions itself as an AI data analyst. You upload data files, spreadsheets, whatever, and then just ask questions or ask it to create visualizations using natural language. No coding required.
So it's making complex data analysis much more accessible.
Absolutely. Allowing pretty much anyone to interact with data using natural language. It automates tasks that used to require specialized skills and expensive software. It's a powerful step towards data literacy for everyone.
Okay. Now, with all this incredible power comes a really critical need for caution.
Absolutely essential.
Generative AI tools are not infallible. And maybe the greatest immediate danger isn't that they're too smart, but that they can be confidently and articulately stupid.
Huh. That's a good way to put it. Presenting falsehoods with the same aplomb as facts.
Which leads us to the hallucination problem.
That's a crucial point.
Yeah.
An AI hallucination is basically when a model generates output that is nonsensical, factually incorrect, or entirely fabricated.
But presents it as accurate.
Exactly. We've seen examples about legals, fake legal citations, invented historical events, like Google's Bard initially making that mistake about the James Webb Space Telescope's first exoplanet picture.
Why does that happen?
Because LLMs are probabilistic pattern matchers, remember, not truth verifiers. Their goal is to generate the most statistically likely sequence of words based on their training data, not necessarily to ensure factual accuracy. Sometimes that statistical leap leads to nonsense.
So the accountability for the information really rests with the human user, doesn't it?
100%. The output from an AI, especially when used for academic, professional, or any fact-dependent purpose, absolutely must be independently verified and fact-checked against reliable sources.
You can't just copy-paste and trust it.
No way. Treating AI output as gospel without verification is simply irresponsible. It could lead to significant errors. It's a powerful tool, but the ultimate judgment, the verification, is still yours.
And then there are the issues of hidden biases and the risk of misinformation.
Also huge concerns.
AI models learn from the internet, right? And the internet, well, it reflects societal biases and prejudices along with all the good stuff.
Exactly. So if the training data contains biased content, the AI can inadvertently reproduce or even amplify those harmful patterns.
Like asking for an image of a doctor or CEO and disproportionately getting men.
That's a classic example, reflecting historical biases in the data.
And generative AI also makes it incredibly easy to create convincing fake news, fraudulent emails.
And those highly realistic but entirely fabricated images and videos, deepfakes, this stuff has the potential to really erode public trust and manipulate public discourse.
So critical thinking becomes even more important.
Absolutely. Media literacy, critical thinking paramount.
Okay, let's talk about your digital footprint, privacy and data security. When you use these tools, you're part of a data ecosystem.
You are. And there's a fundamental trade-off, especially with free tools. Most publicly available AI tools can use your interactions, your prompts, the files you upload to further train and improve their models.
Which raises that important question. How do we interact responsibly?
The critical privacy rule, the number one thing to remember is this. Never input sensitive personal information, confidential financial data, or proprietary business information into a public generative AI tool.
Assume it could be seen.
Yes. Assume it could potentially be seen by human reviewers or even become part of the model's future knowledge base in some aggregated form.
And research has shown they can sometimes leak training data.
It's happened. They might reveal snippets of data they were trained on or even infer sensitive user characteristics from seemingly innocent conversations. And a major challenge right now is that it's extremely difficult, maybe impossible, for current LLMs to truly unlearn specific information once trained on it.
Making things like the right to be forgotten really complex.
Very complex technologically.
So with all this in mind, what's a practical framework for engaging ethically and effectively?
Good question. A few key areas.
First, copyright and authorship.
Right. Models trained on vast amounts of copyrighted material, often without explicit permission, raise big legal questions. The copyright status of AI-generated content itself is still murky and evolving legally.
But for you, the user,
the line is pretty clear ethically. Using AI as a tool to assist or brainstorm your own work, that's augmentation. Submitting work generated entirely by an AI as your own without proper attribution or disclosure, that's plagiarism.
Be transparent about its use.
Exactly. Transparency is key. And beyond the individual, there are broader costs.
Environmental and social.
Yeah. The data centers powering these massive models consume enormous amounts of energy and water. That's a real cost. And there's a risk that access to the most powerful AI tools will be limited by cost, potentially widening the digital divide.
Things to keep in mind. So, boiling it down, what's the practical mindset for responsible use?
Okay, maybe 3 or 4 things. 1, treat it as a flawed but incredibly powerful assistant.
Flawed to powerful. Got it.
2, you are the director, the editor, the final authority, always.
You're in charge.
3, question everything. Maintain a healthy skepticism. Always fact-check critical information.
Don't trust blindly.
And 4, protect your data. Be mindful of what you share and where you share it, especially sensitive stuff.
Okay, great summary. So we've really journeyed through a lot today. From the foundational concepts generative AI, LLMs, to practical applications, comparing the big players like ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot,
Highlighting their unique strengths and integrations.
and importantly, arming you with that critical awareness of the limitations, the risks, the responsible use considerations.
I think the central message to carry forward from this deep dive is really clear. Generative AI is a tool for augmentation, not replacement.
Yes.
Its greatest potential is unlocked when it's used as a collaborative partner, an assistant to streamline workflows, a tutor to explain complex ideas, a muse to spark creativity, an analyst to find patterns in data.
That's right. Your role in this new paradigm isn't diminished. If anything, it's elevated. Your critical thinking, your strategic oversight, your ethical judgment, your creative direction, those become more important than ever.
Couldn't agree more. The human element is vital.
So our call to action for you, the listener, is this. Start exploring these tools. Do it with curiosity, but also with that critical mind we talked about.
Don't be afraid to experiment.
Exactly. Start with simple prompts. Push their limits a bit, see where they succeed, and importantly, observe their flaws. Try integrating them into small daily tasks just to understand how they might enhance your workflow.
Find what works for you.
By embracing this journey, you can move beyond just being a passive observer of this AI revolution and become an active, empowered, and responsible participant in shaping its really exciting future.